Hello, let's go over how to add inventory. From my inventory menu, I'm going to select Inventory Maintenance. And I'm going to select Add Inventory. Now there's three ways of adding inventory. Selecting this line means you're adding inventory from stock. It's something that's not an order that you received, and that's important. This is not an order. You wouldn't use this if you're posting an order. You're using this if you actually have some inventory that you have in stock, but you need to put it in your computer system. This is what you would use if you're posting a manual order. An order just came in, I want to type it in manually, every single pot. This is what you would use if you just want to make an adjustment. My inventory is off, I need to adjust it. So let's just look at the first one. Okay, it wants to know who you are. And now this is very simple. They all work very similar. You type in a pot number. So let's just type in a pot number. Okay, now notice that what it says over here, in stock. Basically, we have an in-stock file and we have a manufacturer file. This is a pot that we've actually stocked, and we can see we have 79 in inventory. So basically it's just saying, okay, I know the bin location, I know what the price is, and this will be the current price. Obviously, we're assuming that you're using new manufacturer updates. If you're not using new manufacturer updates, then you're creating a lot of work for yourself. You need to put in the prices, and you need to put in descriptions every time you're adding pots. So it's to your benefit to make sure you're up to date with the newest prices. So I'm just going to enter 10. Obviously, we now have 89. If everything's the same, which there is, if you have current price books, you shouldn't have to do anything else. I'm just going to hit F12. Now, if you type in a pot, let's type in this pot here. Now notice what this says. It says manufacturer pot. That means this is a pot that I've never stocked before. This is the first time I'm ordering this pot, and now it's going to put it into my inventory. It knows it's a Yamaha pot. It's automatically going to know that what the manufacturer is. Now, I would just type in my quantity. There again, if I have current pricing, I shouldn't have to type in anything else. I would just hit the F12 key. Now, it does save the bin location of the last pot that you did, because lots of times when you're putting pots in, especially from stock, you're going to use the same bin location. If the bin location is different, the minute you type something, it will clear the screen and type in your new value. I'm just going to hit F12. Now, these fields right here, product code is something that comes in. A lot of manufacturers give us a product code, like batteries might be BAT. Bill code is something that's used strictly for general ledger. So I'm just saying that when I build this, I want to have a separate account for my Yamaha pots. In this case, I'm just going to hit F12. And now that's going to be posted to my inventory. Now, you also can do this. Now, this is a pot that's not in my manufacturer file, and it's not in my inventory file. The computer's saying, I have no clue what this is. Well, if I need to add it to inventory, I'm going to just say, yes, I do. Now, it doesn't know who the manufacturer is. All right, I have no clue who this is. You need to give it a manufacturer. And there again, so we'll just say it's this one here. Now, when I hit the Enter key, what it does, which is a little bit confusing for new customers, it saves all the information from the last pot. Notice the friction plate kit is from the last pot that I put in. It does that because lots of times we're trying to save you typing. There is an option where you can have it clear the screen, but you're better off not, because if you're adding 4 or 5 pots, it might be very similar. I'm adding 3 or 4 different types of spark plugs. The description may be exactly the same. So we're trying to save you typing. But in this case, I'm just going to type in the quantity. If the bin location's the same, I would keep it the same. Or maybe I just want to use the arrow key and say, nah, if the price is the same, you wouldn't have to change it. If it isn't, and there again, if it's a whole number, no decimal point, you don't need to put the decimal point in. Now, it's basically telling me what my markup, which is 13%. I can have it automatically calculate a markup, so maybe I want it to be 30. In this case, I'm just going to say we're going to sell it for 80. And we're making 60%. I can change the description, obviously. And there again, if you've got manufacturer files, you don't really need to do this stuff here. And when I'm done, I can just hit F12. I don't need the mouse. I can just hit F12. So that's a pretty quick and easy way of the 3 different methods you'd have: adding pots that you have in inventory, adding pots from a manufacturer, adding a pot that you don't have. The other thing you have the capability of, if I do type in a number, and it comes up and says, hey, it's not there. Well, maybe I think that's a valid number. So I want to say no. And now I can do this, look up. And now it's going to look at that number that I typed in and try to get as close as it can. That's as close as it could find to that. And it's looking at all my different manufacturers, okay? And now if I didn't find it here, this is looking at my inventory. So now I'm saying, well, maybe there's something I never ordered. Let's look at my manufacturer file. Now, if it was there, it would have come up automatically. So now I'm looking at my manufacturer file. Now, manufacturer file, I'm looking at all different vendors, looking at that particular pot number. Obviously, it's not out there. If I know that, hey, this is a Yamaha pot, I could type in the Yamaha vendor, and now it's just showing me Yamaha pots. So if I'm looking for anything now, all our lookups work the same. Obviously, that pot number is not in my system, but maybe I could type in a keyword. I could type in anything I want and say, hey, it's a plug. It'll look at anything that's a plug. If you find the pot you're looking for, you can easily just click on it. And now when I hit the enter key here, it actually got all the information from my manufacturer file. And the only thing I may want to change is the bin location if it's different. Other than that, I'm just going to hit F12. So that's a quick scenario on how this works and all the features. When you're all done, you're going to hit the escape key. And I can print it out if I wish. You don't have to. This all gets saved in the computer. You could print this out at the end of the month and say, I want to see all the pots I added for the month. But so all this is saved. If you want to print it out every time you do it, that's fine. There again, here's what I added. Here's the date I added. These are the manufacturers. This is the order. I just added $1,300 to my inventory. Okay, that's how easy it is. Also, it gives you the option of printing barcode labels. If you wish to print barcode labels, you'd put them in your printer and print them. And we're done. Okay, you look at the other options on adding inventory. Have a great day.